Okay, welcome to week 6. This is a critical week in the course. As I said, Unit 2 is much more complex, much more difficult, all right, than Unit 1. All the units start to get harder, all right. So by now you need to have done some of the work in Unit 2. This is the middle of Unit 2. You have an essay due in 13 days, a more difficult essay, all right. So to accomplish this essay, get the best grade possible, you need to do the textbook readings. They're critical, all right. For one thing, they cover how to write a thesis statement. And I'm going to be looking very hard at your introductions and your thesis statements this time. For your Unit 1 essay, I didn't look quite so hard at those. By now you will have looked a little bit at literary criticism. You should have done the discussion due Sunday night, all right, about what do you think about literary theory. I'm trying to introduce you to theory, all right, and I know it's new and I know it's hard because theory guides all kinds of discussions. You all are a community of learners. You're also a community of parents, a community of significant others, your community of workers, that kind of thing. And all these different communities have conversations that go on within them that help inform that particular community, okay? So theory informs the scientific community, informs the political community, informs the literary community, it informs the dental hygiene community, it informs the nursing community, it informs the business community. So different kinds of theory help inform the community that you're part of the conversation of, all right? And it's critical that you understand how this guides your thinking within these different disciplines, all right? So I'm just using this as an exercise. I'm just using this as a way to help you see what theory does. So in this case, we're just using literary theory, all right? And I've chosen two types of theory, Marxist and feminism, because they're interesting, all right? And that's what the discussion was about last week, to get you started understanding theory. So obviously you had to view lecture 3.1, literary criticism. It's critical. You can't do this unit without it. Then you need to look at item 3.2, Faulkner South, because history is part of the theory, all right? And I hear this all the time, that, oh, I hate history. That's not true. You don't hate history. You hate the teaching of history. Two different things entirely, okay? History informs you. History tells you who you are, all right? And history tells you where you're going, right? Science fiction doesn't tell you where you're going, okay? Science fiction is fun. I love it. But it doesn't really tell you where you're going. History tells you where you're going, okay? It tells you where you've been. It tells you where you're going. So it's critical that you understand history. Otherwise, you're not informed as a citizen. You know, you need to know the history of parenting. You need to know the history of the United States. There are all kinds of things you need to know to be a successful parent, a successful student, a successful significant other, let alone a significant successful employee. You need to know these things that came before you so that you can move forward in a logical direction, all right, in a positive direction. So history is very important, and for this particular assignment, you need to understand the history of the Faulkner South, all right? So that's item 3.2. Then I'm introducing you to library databases. I'm introducing you to the first of research. The entire rest of the class does research, right? The entire rest of the semester. So I'm introducing that to you in this unit, item 3.3. Then you have lecture 3.4 that's writing a thesis statement that's related to the readings, all right, the textbook readings. As I said, I'm going to be grading you very strongly on your thesis statement this time. And then there's a fun thesis statement quiz, item 3.5. It's fun, just take it, all right, enjoy it, all right. Then the discussions this week, they're really critical. They help delve you into the story, into the Faulkner story, and I actually look specifically at characters, specifically at issues within that. I kind of walk you through the entire story through the discussions. So if you pay attention to these discussions, you automatically do the brainstorming that's required to write this rather complicated essay that's coming up. Okay, I'm helping you by causing you to do the brainstorming. All right, so that's what the discussions are doing. There is a quiz this unit. These quizzes relate to the unit, so even though they may be unlimited as to when you can take them, taking them after the unit does you no good. All right, the purpose of having the quiz is to help you understand the content of the unit so that you can write a better essay. So item 5 is the quiz. Take that, please, before you write the essay, but don't take it too soon in the unit. Kind of wait till next week, but get it taken before the end of the unit. Otherwise, it does you no good. Even if it's still open, it still does you no good. All right. As I said, this essay is more complex. Next week, I'm going to walk you through the actual writing of the essay. I'm going to talk more in detail about how to get it written. In the meantime, though, please delve into the discussions. Please pay a lot of attention to them this week. Please get both of them done in a timely fashion. I'll get in there. Please go back and look at last week some more. Look at what each of your peers said. Go ahead and add a few posts. I won't grade them for a couple of days. All right, this is Monday. I'll grade them later. Get them done. And please pay a lot of attention to this unit. It's a hard unit, and the skills that you're going to learn here, they're critical thinking skills. The university values these skills very highly. They're part of the baccalaureate framework, all right? And the goal is to help you be a critical thinker in society, a critical thinker within your own family, within your own job, within the rest of the society. And this critical thinking sets you free as a citizen. It allows you to be in control of your own life and not other people telling you through misinformation, okay, how you should be leading your life according to their desires, all right? So if you have questions, please get a hold of me. Please make sure you work on understanding item 3.3, Introduction to Library Databases. As I said, you're going to be doing a lot of that this semester, so dig in there now, get this done. Your next essay, which you're going to be doing research for, is due 13 days from today. All right, so you need to be cracking down, you need to be getting into these discussions, understanding what theory is, understanding what the history of the South is all about, understanding how to use a database, understanding how to write a thesis statement. Thesis statement guides your entire essay. I'll be looking at these very carefully for this next assignment, grading much harder on that. You know, I presented the rubric. I use that rubric more stringently, okay, as the semester goes on. All right, so we're getting into using the rubric, you know, in a more forceful manner from now on. All right, so as usual, if you have questions, please get a hold of me. Next week, I'll give you a lecture on exactly how I expect you to write this essay, how you bring all these different tools that I'm presenting to you right now, how you bring them together into an essay. So hey, have a good week.